Welcome to this exercise on the leaning brick piles approach. Here I have for 7 business units their market value and carrying amount. And well, market value, that's how much I could get on the free market if I were to be selling those business units. Carrying amount is what they are worth according to my own bookkeeping. Based on this information, I should use a leaning brick piles approach to determine which of the business units should be divested in and why. And well, I still added the information here. Carrying amount means the same as book value. So that's what they're worth, or what I have originally invested in them. How do I approach the task I'm set with? Well, first I copy the data I have, and then I'm going to calculate the so-called MB ratio. MB ratio is simply market value divided by book value or by carrying amount. Well, it's called B ratio for the book value, even though if the real translation would be carrying amount. So we use MB ratio, first value by second value. Here, one addition, those values in parentheses means they are negative. So here, if I would sell business unit 6, I would have a loss because they're not only worth nothing, but maybe they have too much debt or so, and I would only get a negative result. So they're less worth than nothing in the free market. Well, if I divide this, I get these numbers, and then I'm just going to order the business units according to the MB ratios, and that is from highest to lowest MB ratio. In addition to this, I also calculate cumulated market and book values. So I start with the ordered business units. So I start here with 3, take 250, those values here. I'm going to add them for part 4. So I'm going to add to the market value 300, to the book value 100. Then I take the values for business unit 1, adding to the market value 500 and to the book value 200. And this way I'm going to continue for all of the other business units. And I see for the market value, it keeps increasing up till the last business unit, because here I had a negative market value and thus also negative MB ratio. The book values, however, are always increasing. And that's also 2 important features when we're going to illustrate this graphically. That's what I'm going to do on the next slide. So I'm just copying this information and generating this type of graphic. So how do I get to this graphic? That's where I'm going to use the cumulated values. So I start with the cumulated book values. I'm using them here on the x-axis. Start with 5, 150, 350, 550, 950, 1350, and 1450. So they determine the 2 corners in the lower part of the boxes, indicating each of my business units. The height of these boxes is determined with the cumulated market value. So I start at 200, 500, 1000, 1400, 1800, 1900, and then it goes down again to 1700. So I can generate these boxes here, and I already colored them in 3 different colors, indicating 3 different situations. The blue colored business units, those are the ones which I do not have any problem with. Here I actually have a positive MB ratio, first advantage, and I have an MB ratio larger than 1. So they are worth more in the market than my books. So they are actually overperforming. With 5, I have a positive MB ratio, but the MB ratio is smaller than 1. So they are underperforming. So this is the first type of business unit which I should divest in because they're underperforming. 6 also underperforms, but so badly that I have a negative MB ratio and due to a negative market value. That's why I'm going to divest in them for sure. So that's the two situations I can, or the two conclusions I can draw from this graph and from this analysis. I should divest in business unit 5 and 6. I should divest in 5 because market value is below book value. They're underperforming. I should divest in 6 because the market value is negative and it's only harming my overall company performance. And well, that's then already everything on this exercise. So I hope you enjoyed. I say goodbye and see you next time.